I'll tell you the best joke in the world. Listen
Go
to
on.
this, yeah? Watch this. I now, right, understand drill language. I was wait a sec. I was always gonna because I'm from the effing street. Okay, I was always gonna, but it just wasn't my business at the time. If I listen to any drill song now and probably like last year, and to what they're saying, what they're speaking, how they're being clever with the codes, with the words, I understand them without trying. Okay, now. Do you know what a grime MC sounds like to a drill kid?
It's foreign language, isn't it?
A grime MC, when I was younger and it was Major Ace and Maxwell and stuff, I used to think to myself, okay, we can all spit, but some people go a bit technical more than others, and some people are hosts, and some people are hold tight, blah blah, in the blah blah.
Oli,
Right?
oli, oli.
Yeah, yeah. Watch this. Watch this. No matter what bar I write or spit, I just sound like a garage MC sounded to a grime MC to a drill kid.
Yeah.
There is nowhere, it doesn't matter how good you think you are or not. The drill language is set, and you either know it or you don't.
No, but see, Wiley,
Go on.
when we grew up listening, like garage was existing before us, innit?
Yes, it was.
These youths grew up. Grime didn't exist before them. They were born in grime, so
the kids.
Bruv, the drill artist.
That's the 30-year-old.
The drill artist, bruv. You know the example of that is look, AGs now. I'm seeing every single one doing grime, from ambush to the new thing is all these other genres. Look, we can do grime, but they started in grime. So when you're listening to all these people, the drill artists, we can connect with them because that is grime. It's just the new age of people doing it. Like, and that's their language. But when you listen, everything's the same. The points are the same. Everything is just the language. And then first, there was like, okay, the airy guys. Then they started coming the unknown teas and the people with a bit more substance. And and before you know it, it's the exact same thing, fam. Like,
Yeah,
we couldn't look at
you.
garage and think that.
So guys, can we just say then, like, I think, and that's why these conversations are important. And thank you, Wiley, so much for setting this up. And in terms of solutions, can we try and encourage those who are around us? And this goes to you as well, Magic. I know you was working with a lot of artists over the last 5-6 years. I don't know if you're still pushing projects now, but can we try and encourage them to do more, focus more, and just try to create a single, like, hone your craft and just go in and just try to make singles rather than focusing on projects, like, for the time being.
Know what,
can we do that?
No.
Lyndon, can I say something?
Go on.
Let me tell you what I do. I wake up every day, I make beats, I write lyrics, I try all different shit, and then I bring it to the surface. That's what I do. People might think, what does he do?
Don't you think, Wiley, by default, if you make an album is a collection of singles.
It is. You know what, Mike?
So to make an album, you have to make a single.
No, listen.
So why are we going to stop making singles?
No, listen. You know, it is, Mike. Every album mostly has 3 or 4 singles, and it's an album, right? That
includes the hit single.
That's how they sell it. That's how they sell it. But listen, as a grime person, right? I'll tell you what I just told you what I do. I wake up and I make the beat, or someone will send me, I'll write the thing, I'll keep it moving, I try to record it, right? At no point do I wake up and say, oh, I've got to only do a single, or I've only got... Wake up and
just make music.
Wake up and do everything.
100%. I completely agree with that. My point with singles was like, once you've done all that work, then sit down and go, okay, cool. Which one works best in a club? Right. I'm going to make sure. So in my project, I'm going to make sure I've got one of them. So that...
Can you hear me? 100. You should be able to display all points of your versatility and that. But you remember, you have to work with the tools that you've got. Not every single person that can spit is going to be good at an album. Exactly. There's some people, once they make their album, that's it. I don't want to hear no more from them because it was. But when you was at a rave, so you have to, one, know your strengths and weaknesses, because an album is supposed to be an in-depth look at that artist, because his singles have led us to intrusion. We're intrigued. But when people go straight,
it not really make MC, and then you do get money. Now you think that you want to go and be your version of your Jay-Z. That's the problem also. Just be you.
I think in the labels and that, because everyone's looking at you as a project, a business problem, no one's looking out for your well-being. So they don't care if this song gets us £1 million, but it loses you all of your street cred, even though your street cred is what got us to this bit, is why people care. So you have to be careful that these examples that you're trying to be, or that you want to see, that you even want to be that, because you've never even been given the insight into that person can't even go shop no more. You've never even been given the insight to sync that person. So sometimes, I'm obviously not in your finance. No one wants to stay in the same place, but sometimes like you have to be careful what you wish for, because people just wish for something different to what they're doing, not knowing that it's just as different over there. You know what I mean? It's just, so you're better off just making music because you like to make music, and everything that comes with putting passion into something, elbow grease, whatever, will come to you. When you aim for it and you go them other ways, you're just going to lose.
Do you know what else as well, though? Not listening as well. Too many people are just listening. Don't listen sometimes. Like, that's what being yourself. Sometimes you like, some people, that's where it comes from. You want to be like that guy because you're listening and watching what he's doing. But really, sometimes, just go with your
sometimes
flow.
You need to listen, to be honest.
No, sometimes
100%.
Listen, you just
if you didn't need to listen,
sometimes
God wouldn't have gave you ears.
No, wait, because look, you're jumping down my neck and I'm not listening already, because this is the point. Yeah?
But you are, though, because listening, hearing is an involuntary thing.
No, but sometimes, I said sometimes, so I'm not generalizing, so no one attack me. Sometimes you need to.
But you don't listen none of the time.
Yourself. Yeah, I don't.
Right, so you're saying sometimes, but really meaning all the time.
One sec, Mike. Let me talk to him. Cadell, I know what angle you came from there, and this is why you feel like, I know why you feel that way. You know, like you said, sometimes you lot don't listen, right? I know that. Cadell, I was 27 one day too. You know, right? I know what angle you.
But without an older brother with experience.
Yeah, like so.
There was no one for you to listen to.
There was no one, right?
You would have listened.
But you know what, Cadell? I'm not going to do this on the internet. We will talk after. But look, yeah. No, because you know why? I want to, because I love my brother, right? And you know the worst thing you can do as an older brother? Try and talk to your brother like they don't
too
know
much,
something. Yeah. I can't do that.
I've got to do the stepbrother thing. Hey, listen here, Cadell, you're fucking wrong.
Yeah, like that one. Because when I was Cadell's age, when my dad tried to talk to me, I couldn't hear him. Now I can hear him.
Your dad weren't in grime.
He wasn't in grime. Yeah, but you know, like when he tries to tell me some shit. So Cadell, I know the angle that you mean to come from, right? When you do that. And sometimes it feels offense. Sometimes it offends me as a brother. It offends me, not in a bad way. Like, if my brother says, yeah, and sometimes don't listen to them, man.
I never said don't listen to them, man. No. I mean, like, I'm not talking about you. I'm saying, like,
you're
in general, like, when the fans are like, do we want it like that? Sometimes don't listen. If you want it like a certain way, if you believe in,
that's a fact.
That's what you got to do.
Fact.
So Chronik. So you kind of touched on my point then, because somebody goes in and makes an album, yeah. Hold on, no.
yeah. Go.
My brother.
No, I'm definitely still the deputy,
somebody
man.
Goes in. No, I hear you. Somebody goes in and makes an album, yeah. Like, who are you? Why do I want to hear an album from you? Like, you ain't even have nothing out there that I even care about.
That
like
doesn't.
That,
if it was Amy Winehouse,
so my point is. Yeah, but okay.
Some people enter the game with an album.
My point is, so when I said go in and create a single, my point is go in and make music anyway. And the thing is now everything's throwaway. We're all doing this 2-week, 3-week release thing. Go in, make your song, go through the process, the 4 to 6 weeks, pushing your song on all platforms, trying your thing, try to get your song out there rather than jumping on the next thing. Go through the cycle, each cycle of each song. Give yourself 3 months. No, give yourself 3 months. Yeah, create your song. However long it takes you to make a song. You can make a song in 5 minutes. You can make a song in 5 days. Once you've made your song, give yourself 3 months to push your song. Yeah, give it a chance. Yeah, before you jump onto the next thing. That's what I'm saying. So whether it becomes a single or not, time will tell within that time, or it could be whenever. But give yourself those 3 months of pushing your music, pushing that song before jumping onto the next song or anything else. That's my point.
Okay, that's respect due.
Yeah, but music's too fast for that.
What's your opinion on
No, music ain't too fast for that.
Music is too fast
You
for
are
that.
too.
You know how
No,
many songs come
you
out a
are
day?
too fast, my bro. Listen.
Wait,
I said
dude,
you are
wait.
too fast.
Listen, but that's the
Well,
problem. That's the
hey,
problem.
if we're
You are
selling
too
weed, then
fast.
you're gonna sell the
Listen,
box for 1 year
sit in front of your
and wait for
computer
10
at
and wait for
your
10
pace.
shots.
Do it, bro. Don't follow
No,
the world,
music's
No,
my
too
I
bro.
fast
agree.
for that,
I
bro.
agree with him, though.
No.
You gotta work a record.
Follow
bruv.
your pace,
I agree
bro.
with him. You can work a record, bro. A record can last
You
you
can
long.
still work a record with doing new music, new stuff.
You can work a record. You can give
Bro, I
yourself
can
time.
sell other stuff and sell weed. Like, you can do other stuff. Like, you don't just need to do one.
Yeah,
And you
do
know
other
what?
stuff. Go and kick ball for a couple weeks then. But with your song, give it 3 months, bro. Like, give yourself the chance. You're doing yourself an injustice if you don't give your song 3 months at least.
Do you know how?
Break it down. Let me break it
Oh,
down.
one sec, Cadell. Wait a sec, quickly. Lyndon, do you know how it works in grime though? How it worked before? You don't need to. 3 months is minimum. You would have been pushing it forever. Stormzy went
But
back.
that's the common ground now. So from then to now, innit?
Yeah,
Go
but
on.
what did Stormzy vocal? What rhythm is Shut Up on?
Functions on the low.
No,
Yeah,
when he
okay, I
done
hear
Shut
you.
Up, what's that beat?
Yeah,
And
functions on the low.
Right. So that's what I'm trying. Look, Stormzy, that song is so old, and it's still. So Grime was not even a 3-monther. I love the 3-monther, what you're talking about. But Grime was never. There was no time limit. You just keep pushing it. There is a copy. Some kid messaged me and he said, Wiley, they got your old album on this site. They got the original copy. Someone's selling it for 400 quid. I sold it for £6. Someone has got an original copy.
Hey, Wiley,
Yeah, go on.
you know what's going to happen to them? I want to know
Tell me.
what's going to happen when they've used all of the beats that we've created. When everything that was created has been used, what's going to happen then? Because I see is people going back and saying, no, Wiley, you ain't used that beat. All right, cool. You ain't used that lyric. Yeah. And people do these things, yeah, but eventually it must run out.
So you know what, Mike? It works for someone younger. It's like if I go now and chop up a sample and it's an old soul or it's old hip hop forward. That's what it. So when they go back, if a Stormzy
guys
goes
ain't doing
back,
that though. There's like you mentioned the Stormzy rhythm. You
Yeah.
mentioned Grime Saviors. There's no chopping. It's just like going back into time. Okay, this hasn't been used. I'm going to do this, which is fine. Like which is fine. But eventually, those sounds of the original elements are going to run out because I can't hear no one adding to it. They're just taking from it.
Well, this is what I was going to say. I've never ever tried to rely on nostalgia in my lifetime, and I never will. I respect it. If someone says, "Rah, I love that beat you made 20 years ago," thank you very much, respect. But I'm saying I'm not going to go to my house and then copy that beat. I'm not going to do that. What I think is, obviously, that was then. Like, there's 20 years of it, right? Going backwards. If we keep going, then it will just be more. It will be not us anymore. It will be a song that Yeezy made.
Do you think the problem here, one of the problems in grime is that there's a lack of grime producers?
Nah, there's not. There's not. A producer,
there ain't.
a grime producer today would be someone who's making everything. And the last new thing they tried to make definitely would have been drill. So I don't even look at, like, Teddy is one of my favorite. Teddy's like my favorite grime producer on Monday. Da Vinci might be on Wednesday. Terror Danger might be on Friday. I've got a lot of grime producers with their own sound palette who are cold at anything. They're cold producers. But today, I don't think they would consider themselves just grime. Because if they was trying to make money, then by now they would have been trying to make all sorts of shit. Grime producers. I don't think, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
what's your opinion on having your own label?
I think that having your own label is the only real way to do it, so that you don't get older and start moaning in the world, right? For instance, look, ask me if I would sign a record deal again if I could go back. I'll
Would
tell
No,
you
you?
no.
I know what you. I know what
Right,
you're
I'll
Would
talking
tell
about.
you?
you no, because I would say
Yeah.
to you, you'd say to me, would you sign a record deal if you could go back? I'd say nah, because I was already shot in records. I was the guy. They saw me being the guy, hence why they offered me the record deal. If I wasn't being the guy down the pressing plant shot in records instead of weed, then I wouldn't have been the guy, and they would not have rung me to give me a record deal. Why would I do it? But that's me. I don't want anyone to follow me. Please do what you would do. You know,
All
that's
right
how.
then. As someone that's
But that
made,
goes against what Chronik said regarding to Amy Winehouse, bro. She made an album before we knew who she was. So
I never heard that,
how do we
Chronik. I
equate
never
that?
heard that. Amy Winehouse. What was that?
yeah, no, I'm saying so there's two ways you can. That some people enter the game on album levels. That's what they're on. I.e., one hit wonder. It was their one album wonder. Safe.
And they're signed
Okay.
before they're the
Yeah,
guy.
that's fine. But you see, in grime, yeah, things are slightly a bit different, innit? Because like, a lot of the time, a lot of the successes that we look towards are outside of our genre of music. So when we make these comparisons, like they say, Puss and Dog don't have the same luck. Because grime is the sound of the street, and most of those other genres of music, no, I won't say most of them, but pop, the one that's paying the most, the pop one or whatever, whatnot, isn't the sound of the street, innit? So
Right.
you have to conform to the sound of whoever these other people are that are not on the streets to do, and then this is when there's a fine line in between what people call a sellout and losing yourself, because there's money over there, and before you know it, you're this guy.
You know, Vibes Cartel spoke about this. You know what he said? He said he rates Kendrick and Drake, but yeah, he respects the way that Drake was able to be loved and respected underground wise, and then love and respected commerce for selling. So he's saying, what Vibes Cartel is saying is, because he obviously is an artist himself. What he's saying basically is, yeah, sometimes man have to make summertime in a Kingston, but really he knows that he is. Me not care where you're bad from. Yo, big up, Bujo, but he knows who he is. So he's managed to. He's done it. What I moan about and beat myself up about, he's saying, no, don't beat yourself up. If you can bust Mike underground and you can make money, you're doing the right thing, because there is no other way,
The
Wiley.
key to it is making money.
Yes.
Why he still respects his
Yes.
grease is because he
Yes.
was getting paid for his grease. See, over here in Graham, we don't get paid for our grease.
Facts.
We get paid when we stop being greasy or pretend to be something else.
But the
So
kids got
it's
paid for the
slightly
grease.
different.
The kids just got paid for the grease.
Yeah, these drill all these stuff at 100%. It's we are definitely breaking down barriers and in these type of stuff. But in the Vibes Cartel instant, but he's from yard where they respect grease on the come up. Like, it doesn't just mean that he's badman tunes, he's girl tunes, everything. But we here in England, we only start respecting people to the level of where we will breed them when they have overground success. Even though the likes of D Double, the likes of yourself, but to me, were bigger and more respected. Like, but obviously we're not paying you in it, so our respect is not going to equal the same as the Lambo. But for you, the artist, walking and seeing, feeling and hearing, you probably, I can't talk for you, but you will get more reception, love, and which is the makes you what's the word, when you're pushed to do it more than when you're just on a label. You're blowing, but everyone you see, you don't respect. You respect their success, everything, but you can't talk to them. You can't, because you're from two different walks of life. You're from two different. So sometimes when we go over there, that's the quickest way to lose yourself.
Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean? You go over there into the pop?
Over there, as in like, whether it be whatever makes you go that way, whether it be the label, whether it be your want for whatever. But once you do that thing, you make that song. It could bring you all the millions in the world. But let's have it right. Respect goes a long way in underground music.
Respect is more important, Mike. Actually, right? And I'll tell you why. I will tell you why. In the hood, when you are respected for what you've done, i.e., if you let me give a good example, because Magic, Temper T, Next Hype, Cold Rhythm, cold, gone. Song. If they play this song anywhere now, the remix, the non-remix, it goes off. They sing it word for word. Okay? That's the truth. Now, I don't care if Next Hype was number one or not. The feeling it gives me is one of my lot got somewhere with a fucking song. That's how I feel about it. Whether it's POW, whether it's shut down, whatever, right? And
would you have cared if that song was selling, if you didn't like the song, but it still got the same, everyone else was liking it except you?
Say that again.
Would you have cared if you didn't like the song, but it still had the same respect by everybody else except you?
Well, some people are like that. Like for me, I just can't believe when someone catches a vibe. So it makes me excited and happy. So he caught a vibe. Meridian Dan caught a vibe, right? Different people catch one and they get one and they go. For this, my respect is...
Don't you feel like a hater, yeah? Or people try to make you feel like a hater when it's the opposite of that? This song has got all the numbers in the world. Everyone's breaded it, but it's shit. And you can see that, like, you know what? It's the machine, or it's
but we
all
but we all don't have to like the same thing, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Because there's some people, there's some other people that don't like the Temper T thing, you know.
Yeah, there is.
There's some people.
Okay,
cool. You know, like
I like.
Yeah. I know it sounds controversial, but yeah, I like that Bonkers tune by Dizzy.
I didn't have the mindset to even try to find the solution. Now I'm older. I've got the time and patience to want to sit down and talk and find the solution.
Well, you know what you had then, Wiley? You know what you had then, bro? Innovation. And that's the thing as well. Like, we got all these platforms out there as well. And it's about people being innovative, how they use them. Like, you were exactly right earlier. These youths, they know how to use these platforms to maximize their potential. Then they're doing new things on top of that. You know what I mean? Even the guy that said AG, like bringing them people onto grind. That was AG being innovative and thinking, how can he bring the scene back and get it more recognition in what it is and stuff like that. So innovation goes a big way. You guys had to do it so many times throughout the career with the videos and the freestyle videos and the foot radio and all of this stuff and that. So innovation, like, is what has driven grime, like, from then to now, even with how it grew and stuff like that. Like Lethal B doing the POW song, that again was another innovation. He saw what was happening and thought, yo, I can maximize potential of this and do something new. You know what I mean? And Chip kind of doing the same thing as well, is kind of that in the same aspect. It's like these people are bringing different ways to bring grime back, and that's what kind of we all need to do as well in that aspect.
It was never gone nowhere. Like, we just need to do more. I stopped like thinking that when something happens, that's enough for us to all kick back and be like, oh, okay, Graham's all right, we're in a good place because Chipmunk done a song. Yeah. But if Cadell done a song, you're like, what's the difference? Why ain't Graham back because Izzy done a song? Yeah. Like, we need to stop thinking that when a particular person does something, oh, that's grime. And there's other people doing grime and you're like, it's not grime enough until they're doing what that other person's doing. Like, you know what I mean? Grime's never back. We've never gone anywhere. Every single year there's been a grime song that was probably the best song. Not the most paid for song, not the most, but like, when it boils down to it, you go to any of those guys that you're paying and they're rating the grime tune that you're not paying for. It's mind games.
Yeah, and people say the younger people don't like it, but there's young people that really fuck with it and they're doing it off the back of fucking with it heavily. Like,
it's the visual
15-year-old producers, 18-year-old MCs. Like, I'm seeing it, bruv. So it's like the future's bright, man. I can't lie.
Also, Cadell, imagine my 18-year-old daughter. I make music with her. I've made music with her since she was born.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine I sat to her and I was like, "Yep, you have to be grime." Imagine that. And she got older. Imagine, and she got. My daughter got older and said, "Dad, this is what I'm into." I switched it on. It was Chief Keef.
So you remember?
Yeah. I couldn't believe. I didn't know who Chief Keef was.
That's my dog right there.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Lie.
So I do believe our children are allowed also to
believe your daughter singing "Bitches Love Sosa."
Yeah, like Mike, your son. You showed me his bars cold. The time is drill for him. Whilst I'm
switch it up now still.
Okay. But you know, like, whilst I love grime and Boy in the Corner and all this shit, is my daughter allowed to like something that's nothing to do with me as well? Because like, how can I expect my daughter to get older and say, just because daddy does grime, I've got to like grime? No, she liked drill beats.
If my son don't like berries, I've got a problem with him.
No, so would I. But I mean, like, obviously our kids, they love our parents' music. Yeah,
I feel like I failed. What do you mean you don't like berries?
No, they love ragga and they love bashment and all of that, wine and kutch, and they love all of that, right? But I feel like an unfair person if my daughter grew up and she was like grime, she loves it. But I'm saying if she grew up and said that's her thing, cool. But as she grew up, I always knew if I found a vibe when I was with my mates and we were young, then she's allowed to find a vibe with her mates when they, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I would never make my daughter have to do what I did. I want her to find her own way. So is it not, like...
What about if you had a son?
See, if I had a son, I would point him a million miles away from music. I have got a son. I'll point him away from music into, not the business. You know what I would do with my son? I would show him all the jungle legends, hardcore legends, drum and bass. I will show him all of that. And I would say, son, you see all of what I've just shown you? They are all legends. Do what you and your mates come up with a sound and do what they did and never, ever sign a record deal. So that's what I would tell my son to be. And that's what they would tell their kids. Obviously, everyone wants, but again, so that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, can we also accept that our children are allowed to grow up and decide to like something the same way that we did?
Are your children allowed to have grow up and just switch the whole dress code then?
Sorry,
because that's music.
Sorry,
yeah. But see, because music's part of culture, yeah.
Sorry.
So if you allow your kids, yeah, I'm not saying that you shouldn't,
Yeah,
to like just have just listen to whatever they like. Are they allowed to dress how they like?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. My daughter one day would have said, "Dad, take me to Harrods. I want Balenciaga." Today, she don't say nothing to me, and she will go to Foot Locker and buy a pair of New Balance that I've never seen before, trainers, and that's her fashion, what she wants to like. Or she will go to the store and there's a...
But sometimes you have to say no. When if my daughter goes to the shop, there's things that she's picking up I just won't allow her to wear. Not for revealing stuff. It's like, but allow it, innit? We're not gonna go back to home and that's what you picked from the shop. Right, and that's because they're just young, innit? They've got their own whatever, whatnot. But you have to govern a little bit. Innit?
Well, I'm not saying you can't govern, but what do I look like telling an 18, 19-year-old what shoes to buy from Foot Locker?
100%, because you know what? You got to walk next to me. So if the shoes were trampy in my age group, you're not going to wear them in yours. I don't care what you think.
Yeah,
you can listen to music.
I won't tell
listen
you
to the new music though.
Yeah,
one of the new songs that's out is that one about pegging. Pegging. So
what is that?
I think it's Nicki Minaj. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, see Chyna.
See Chyna. Yeah, she's got. I only know this because it was a topic in it.
What was it?
So she's got a song called Peggy. So she's talking about pegging man on the back of the bus.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we know what pegging is, innit?
Okay.
Like whether our kids do or don't, and if they do, it's even worse. But I'm saying, if you see your son walking past and he's singing, yeah, get him pegged on the back of the bus, and he's telling you, but this is new music, Dad. Everyone's just, but pegging still means the same thing, though.
Yeah, no, I hear. I you know what, Mike? I hear what you're saying, and you know what? Lucky for me, I don't know no C Chyna, and I don't know no.
Yeah, I don't know them. I just heard the conversation,
and just, but it doesn't matter. God bless them, because I just don't know. I weren't there.
But I'm just saying, to your example, she wants. It's not what I used to listen to. So what if what they listen to? Forget that if you like it or that's crap music, because you're gonna let them do. But you're gonna have to step it. Hold up a minute. Did I just hear pegging in your room? Wait. Jack that record 10 seconds a minute.
You know what?
Nah,
you know my daughter. You know what my daughter's listening to? We killed your brethren. Come and get your brethren.
Yeah, or rather that than the pegging.
But I'm just telling you, that's what. Listen. She listened to Chief Keef and these kids. I didn't know who they were. She showed me. She said, "These beats are cold, Dad. These are the beats I like." Right?
You remember?
I respect that she was tapping into the beats.
Remember in the igloo when we played Ken Carson?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm trying to say. But she liked the beats to like free Hannah and all this stuff, traffic. Catch them in traffic. She's telling me young chop. She's telling me what she's into. It's about man them killing each other. But she wasn't, like I could have said, stop listening to this, stop listening. But what it was is where she come, because I always used to say to her, whatever beats you like, tell me and I'll get the sounds for you and we'll try to show you. I'll show you videos of these kids on Fruity Loops making the beats. So this was kind of the angle, you know what I'm trying to say? But you're absolutely right. And as a parent, I guess it is your duty to guide what's going on. You know what I mean? Like what you said, because I didn't know no Chyna and I don't know no Peggy, so I went there.